Hey, it's the tax champion here today to talk to you about the banks. So if you're a small business person like me, one of your key partners is going to be financiers. They're an absolute key to running your and growing your business. And interest rates are pretty low and have been for many years now, but you need to take a very specific approach when you're talking about financiers. So you're in small business, it's growing, it's going well, and you're dealing with a bank. What do the banks work on? They work on exactly the same things as us for small business people, and that is, number one, cash inflow. That would be sales and the incoming of the sales into the bank account. And number two, security. Security, making sure you don't go bust, making sure everything's secure, and asset protection, all those sorts of things. What is your bank doing if you stay loyal to the bank? They work on disloyalty as a key theme, and I'll tell you why. Cash inflow for a bank, a massive one obviously, is the interest that they're getting off the loans that they're giving you to grow your business. What happens when another bank comes along and says, listen Billy, we can drop your interest rate by 0.5%. You go straight back to your banker and you say, listen, Billy from ABC Bank is giving me 0.5% off, Jim, my banker. What are you going to do for me? What does Jim do? He scurries around and he finds that 0.5%, doesn't he? He scurries and scurries and scurries. The last 3 years, he did not say anything about that 0.5% because they work on disloyalty. They want to lock your loan away and then keep the interest rate as high as they can. And that's how they work. When Jim goes and scurries around and finds that 0.5%, what do? You as the small business person thinks, geez, Jim, why didn't you tell me that earlier? But I couldn't be bothered moving everything. And that is how they deal with their cash inflow. Disloyalty. They're not going to tell you when the interest rates drop. That's the last thing they'll do. That's how they work. Security. What do they do about security, the banks? I'll tell you what they do about security. They get as much as they can. So if you stick with one bank and you're developing your business and a property portfolio, which a lot of our small business clients do, one bank will just keep piling the security on top of one another. They'll take the first property and then to fund the second property, they'll hold that property and the next one. So when bad comes to bad in tough times, what's the bank got? You guessed it, they have got everything. This is their MO. Their modus operandi is cash inflow via interest rates that they keep and don't tell you they're dropping, and security, they'll tie up every single property they've got. We got the Terminator, Linda Hamilton, mortgage broker. You out there in small business land, you have to get a mortgage broker. What does the mortgage broker do? Number one with the mortgage broker, demand service, and they'll give you service. Demand it. They've got to go and service you, and they need to go off and find the best deal possible with the best bank. And that's a combination of these two things, a lowering of the interest rate and minimizing your security by spreading your assets around. Mortgage brokers. If you don't have one, you need to get one, because if you've been loyal to your bank, they, I guarantee you, have been disloyal to you because they ain't going to tell you where the interest rates drop. Go and ask them now. Tell them you've got a lower interest rate for another bank and watch them scurry around. We got the Terminator. You should have a mortgage broker. You don't pay more to a mortgage broker than you would to your favourite bank. You don't pay any more. They will give you service. They'll split up your assets to minimise your business and investment risk, and you'll get a much better interest rate, which for you is better cash inflow. That'd be nice. This is how the banks work. Disloyalty, and they'll crave every little piece of security they can get to minimise their risk. Get out and find a broker if you don't have one, and find out how the real world works for small business people. Have a good one. Bye.